There we go. Hey, yo, we're back again. The Grounded Show. It's
Hey,
your boy, Lester
Here,
Sanchez, here with Quincy Jamal and Joe Fernisi.
Folger and
back
Easy.
Hold your knees, pal.
for episode what?
A Honda.
Honda,
Rundown.
bam.
Let's go.
Fire, man.
Crazy, bro.
It's a nice little milestone, man. It's crazy because we actually have more than 100 episodes. So we got a couple two-parters.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the official Honda.
Yes. Insert applause here.
Yeah, facts, man. And the dope thing is, before we got on, we just were talking about like how some of the online performance has been, like with TikTok and just the different types of videos we've been putting on, and people just been rocking with it. It's been doing real well. We're building like a little nice community on TikTok with people that's rocking with the clips that we dropping. So we're gonna keep building that, keep building this, and like I said, man, 100, that's super dope, bro. We were we were all at very different places, literally, when we started this. You know what I mean? Like
Facts.
Joe was
Yeah.
in Vegas. You know what I mean? I think Quincy had just moved to Atlanta.
Yeah, just
Literally
moved
just
back. I
yo,
remember
my,
that.
my
Mm-hmm.
this room was empty. It wasn't even I didn't even paint it yet. You could still hear the echoes from the floor because there was nothing in here but my computer.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. And even with Joe, he had like the makeshift spots a couple times when he was like
Yeah.
traveling or in the middle of the
Back and
move.
forth between here and Vegas, bro. Definitely.
Facts, man. It's crazy. Just how much things have changed, how the show has changed, the type of stuff we doing with it from how it started. And it's funny, man, because like a lot of people now the podcast is like the new being a rapper. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody
Yeah.
got a podcast. And I feel like we had a plan when we started executing this, and we've just kind of stuck to that formula and that plan. And
Mm-hmm.
people been rocking with it and checking us out because, it's not really a gimmick what we're doing, you know what I mean? And when
Mm-hmm.
you can just line it up with what you on and what you're about, that's always gonna be a win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It comes down to, there's a lot of content creators that, they have to have a strategic plan and type of content they want to put out in order to be in that algorithm that shows up in your feeds and your For You pages. And while we try to adhere to that, at the same time, we try to stick to the basis of what this we envision this podcast to be.
Facts. Definitely, man. What do you think, Quincy, just as far as like the growth and how the show has evolved and stuff, and just kind of seeing where we was at when we started and where we at now? Kind of how does it hit you, yo?
It's it's dope because it feels like now it's just literally it's natural. It's like a part of our, we don't even have to think about planning like when we're gonna set things up. You know what I mean? It's really a part of our schedule. And it's not it's not something new anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like we don't even. I mean, we used to try to write down what we're gonna talk about and super schedule it out, and like now we just jump on and just jump right into it. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like,
we get our topics, our outline, and we already know where we're going, how we doing it, and
yeah,
it's just locked in. And man, that leads me to talk about something that I didn't think about talking about, but it's just it hit me when you said that. Now, like for me, shout out to Freddie, shout out to my brother Franco. Me and Quincy talked about it too. Um, it's just something that's really hit me lately. Is just like understanding what you bring into the table and the amount of work that you've put in just in general with like different things in life, and really leading with your best foot forward with those things like the and let me explain. Basically what I'm saying is like all of us have different skills, all of us have different things that we're good at, that we you know Joe, you got your DJing, you know what I'm saying, you a tastemaker, that's your vibe. Quincy, you know what I'm saying, he got his cooking, he got a lot of other things professionally going on as well. He got the music. um Me, I got the shop, the salon, the music production, you know what I mean, the camera work. There's like so many different angles that we could hit things from. Pause. But the dope thing about it to me is we got a track record behind it, all of us. Like
Yeah.
everything that I mentioned for all of us, and including the homie Freddie, and including my brother Franco, we all got work behind those things and a track record and a quote unquote resume that people know we do that for real. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like they know that we're locked in as far as like the things that we're tapped into.
Hmm.
And I say that to say this is the time, especially with hitting episode 100, especially just the way things are going and talking about the growth that we've had. It's like there's so many dope things that we could all bring to the table that could also like just elevate everything we're doing from every angle. You know what I'm saying? It's like the podcast is one thing, but the podcast isn't limited to just when we're recording now this day. You know what I'm saying? Like the podcast is like the community, the podcast is all those things that I'm talking about, those different skills, all the things that everybody got going on. It's like, all right, how can we you know, just everybody stay locked in on in their path so that when we come together for stuff, it's that much more impactful because we all on it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And there's so many things that all of us can bring to the table that we necessarily have like kind of like let slide to the side. Like for me specifically is like the photo and video. You know what I'm saying? I went so into artist mode and that thing in my head of like you can't be an artist and a videographer. You know what I mean? Like they gotta see you like you a star or whatever. And it's like we were talking about with the podcast. It's like, nah, bro. We doing things the way we know it works, not trying to do it the way everybody else is doing it just because, that's the blueprint or that's the cool way to do it or whatever. We doing it in a real way. So just picking up on that is getting back on all that stuff that we can bring to the table to make things great, to really just lead with that so it just hits every aspect of life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I feel that. We definitely was chopping that up earlier. Um, and I mean, I think that's a really good, I would say, revelation to really kind of come to, because at the end of the day, like you said, we all kind of have our own talents. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And like even me, I think I mentioned to you earlier, man. I was always good. Well, not always, but a few years ago, I got really good with the stock stuff.
Yeah,
And
you
then
you
I.
worked you worked on it, you did the reading, you did
Hmm.
you were really locked in. I remember every day.
And then I learned about all the corruption and all of the the ugly side of the stock market, which really detoured me from being in the stock market. And I had a homie come to me and was like, bro, like, you know how to maneuver it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's trash, but you know how to work around it to make money. So why aren't you doing that? And it was just something so simple, you know what I'm saying? That it's like, why did I take 2 years of time where I could have been making some bread, and just because of, I mean, I would just call it pride. You know what I mean? Like, just because of my pride was mad at the fact that it was corrupt when everything in society is corrupted. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? So, and then with that said, for the last month, I've been back in the stock market, and it's crazy because in 1 month's time, I've made enough money to really completely shift my next few months of how I planned on handling things.
facts. And that's the thing, man. Like there's so many things in front of us and we all fall into those comfortable patterns, and then you kind of like you realize that you're leaning back too much, and then you start sitting up and you're like, all right, man, like what am I doing right now? Like let's
Hmm.
get back locked in. You know what I'm saying? It's for me, I've kind of been so locked into the new business and just getting that off the ground and really focusing on it instead of saying, bro, I still got all these other things, these avenues that I could open up to make the money come from there. And I'm just focused on the things that are not moving as fast as I like to, and I'm trying to kind of like nudge them along when I just know I just got to give it that time, but still be on my other stuff at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That sucks, man. Especially when you're dealing with like life changing decision things like that. I always go back to the quote, like, comparisons is a thief of joy.
Hmm.
It makes it hard to enjoy the things you got going on because you're comparing yourself to like what other people are doing. But that's a good thing, and that's like, comparing how different we all are, but the same we all are. It's good to find. You can have as many friends as you want, but you got to go to the friends that are gonna influence and kind of motivate a certain aspect of you. So when it comes to anything like content creation, creativity podcasts. Like y'all are pretty much my main group I go to. There's people I've been friends with for over 20 plus years who just don't do this, who know nothing about this. And no matter how close we are, these dudes are my brothers. I don't go to them. And I've had a podcast for 2 years. We probably talked about it for a total of 6 minutes in the 2 years. But it's good to focus your interests and have certain people you can go to motivate and influence those interests. It's just like, oh, just because my close friends aren't fucking with it, I can't fuck with it. No, I have a group of people here who I'm cool with and I understand, and they fuck with it like I fuck with it. And that kind of motivates me and influences me to keep doing the same thing.
The way I look at it too, and that is great you said that, because it kind of brought me back to my train of thought with that, is like, I don't ever want to be the old guy that time has passed them by, like just as far as like, for example, like with the AI, you know what I mean? Like my initial instinct is like, bro, what is this? I'm not messing with it. But that's what dudes my age was saying when the internet came around, when it was my age that I am now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not gonna get a computer. Oh, that's kid stuff, or that's I'm not gonna mess with that. Business is done old school, whatever. And then look at 30 years later, it's a mainstay, and they still don't know how to send an email. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that guy. So it's like just being tapped into what's going on, and even just thinking about the fact that like we come from that era where it's like what you're doing in the behind the scenes stuff, it was always like nobody cares. They just want to see the final product. You know what I mean? That's where we came from. That thing has shifted now, bro. Now they want to see the progress. You know what I'm saying? People want to just rock with you, and then they support what you do if they rock with you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's a way different era. Back in the day, they was like putting stars in front of people, or putting the people that would be the quote unquote influencers in front of you. Like, hey, this is the person that you want to be like, and that's it. But now, again, with the internet and all that stuff, everybody could just tap into exactly what they want to be on. You know what I'm saying? And going back to that thing where like being a podcaster nowadays is like the new being a rapper. Everybody got a podcast. Yeah, everybody got a podcast. But if you're not talking about nothing, nobody's listening.
Yeah,
And if you're talking about something, people are gonna tap in. They're gonna have to weed through a lot of junk to find it. But once they find it, they're gonna lock in.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
But yeah, man, something we talked about last week, which kind of led into expanding on that thought, was, I don't know if anybody's seen it, and we'll probably do like a reaction video to that after this. But if anybody has seen the clip of Tank, I believe he was on Drink Champs for the clip. But he was basically just talking about how he can do a song like Please Don't Go and sing it, and kind of it be the same style, almost the same song as Sam
song.
Smith, Stay With Me. You know what I mean? The same vibe, same type of song, everything. Sam Smith's song is going to be a top 40 number one hit. Tank's song is going to be maybe a number one, but in the contemporary R&B category. And there's no difference. The only difference is it's a black man singing it. Yeah. And what Tank was talking about is what I'm going to lead into Quincy, so he can give the details on that, because he has a little backstory to it as well.
Yeah. So basically, before I get into it, I kind of want to just touch on. So my fiance and I, we've been doing couples counseling now for a little over 2 years. It took us about 3 counselors to find the right person for us. But once we found that person, we've been going up. You know what I'm saying? We've been going up since then. And so one of the books that our counselor recommended for us to read is Love and Respect by Emerson Eggerichs. And I'm not a big reader. I like audiobooks personally. My fiance is a huge reader. But basically what we've been doing is she's reading it, I'm listening to it, and we kind of just dive into it and talk about it, And so going back to the Tank situation, because there's a piece in the book that connects really well to what Tank was saying. And so basically Tank is saying that like mainstream culture is pushing, violence, drug dealing, drug using, and all of these negative aspects in our Black and minority community when it comes to the music. However, when Sam Smith makes a song like Stay With Me, that goes to top of the charts, it's pushed everywhere. Tank sings the same exact song and it gets limited bandwidth. And his point is because our violence isn't the threat, our love is. And so going back to the book that I was reading, basically in the book, the doctor is insinuating that women crave unconditional love and men crave unconditional respect. Yet, the agenda that's pushed through music is men saying, fuck bitches get money, and women saying niggas ain't shit. And so it's literally breeding like a dysfunctional home through music waveform. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the dots that I connected between the two situations, which is crazy to me.
Facts, man. There's a lot of layers to that for sure, man. And also, it's one of those things where we even saw it in our trips to Atlanta, our quote unquote music industry time period. You know what I mean? Because you see, there's a cookie cutter formula that you can follow and clearly get to at least a certain level to maybe get that look to make it to the next level. You know what I mean? And there's a pretty clear blueprint of what you have to do. And it's exactly what you're saying, Quincy. It's like you got to be on some ratchet stuff. You got to vibe in these areas. You got to be around these certain type of people. This is the image they want. This is the age they want. This is the vibe they want. And you could literally just follow that to a T and just get all the details around the aura and the vibe right. And if you make the right moves, you're almost guaranteeing that you're gonna do something. You know what I mean? Because, bro, we've both seen it and we both know it. When it comes to street culture, bro, there's one thing that's always gonna be king: the dude with a pocket full of money, bro. It's the same thing we talk about with the Drake thing, bro. Everybody knows a dude in the hood that is not really hood, but he got a pocket full of money, so everybody lets him slide. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, that money thing, dog, and just the way that you can kind of pay your way into an image or pay your way into a vibe or do things a certain way. And it's like I said, it's almost like, all right, you checked all the boxes. Let's try to bring you to that next level. You know what I'm saying? And it was the thing that deterred us and made us say, nah, bro, this ain't the type of vibe that we're trying to be on, and these ain't the type of people we're trying to rock with. And like what you were talking about, Quincy, with the industry, basically saying the industry is trying to push violence and hate and not push love in the Black and minority community. It's true, because when we went to Atlanta, we saw that for down to a T. That's exactly what that music industry is about. Exactly what it is. And bro, that kind of leads me to think about this. What do y'all think? Who's wrong, them or us? You know what I'm saying? Like, they pushing it to us, but we eating that shit up, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the cat chasing his tail or the dog chasing
You
his
know what I'm
tail.
saying? Bro, all three
Yeah.
of us are huge Future fans, dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
Future, he do got some real stuff he be saying, but in between that, it's just a whole bunch of ignorance, bro. He's just saying it in a cool way.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can't hear you, Joe.
Oh yeah, no. Some of the stuff that Future says, damn, I read that double muted. It's crazy, but it sounds so good the way he's saying it. You just kind of want to repeat it.
Exactly, bro. And we all
But it is an ignorant stuff for sure.
Yep. And we all fall into that category, bro. You know, Black and minorities, and we eat like Tank said, we eating it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they pushing it on us, but we also giving it the bandwidth, you know. And I feel like that goes into kind of like the nuance thing that we've talked about, like, and we've talked about it a lot with rappers specifically. It's like a lot of people don't understand that rap is a game, rap is acting, rap is a scene, rap is a show.
You're playing a character.
Yeah, you're listening to it, and you should listen to rap and take it at face value. Like, if you're watching Terminator or you're watching Star Wars or something, bro, leave it there. You not leave the theater and try to freaking use the force on somebody outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, you understand that Star Wars is a show, fiction. You understand that it's a movie. You know what I'm saying? You're not leaving a Marvel movie and going outside and trying to fly to freaking Thor's planet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you understand the disconnect. Same with, wrestling, bro. Rap is wrestling. As soon as you're done with it, you understand that you just watched the show. And I feel like that's like the part of it that falls into the nuance. It's just like, we know so many dumb, bruh. There was a dude we used to hang out, like when we all used to hang out when we was younger, right? At this point in our lives, we all had like a girl or like pretty much a baby moms. Like all of us had a kid already, and everybody had a baby moms at that point. You know what I'm saying? And we was all dealing with our baby moms. Like we was either still together or going through our thing, whatever, but we all had a girl.
Mhm.
And there was one particular dude in the group that we would make fun of him for trying to cake up girls. And cake
Yeah.
up girls basically means like we would try to say, like, oh, you're always trying to be a lover boy. You know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, we all got girls and kids. We got whole families making fun of this guy for trying to be romantic with a girl. And
Mhm.
he believed it so much that he would try to dog chicks to like be like, nah, bro, I'm not on that. Like, nah, dog, we all got girls, we all got kids, we got families, we having birthday parties with matching shirts and everything. And he's the only one believing that, you know what I'm saying? Nah, bro, I'm not gonna get locked down by these girls. Like, bro, come on, man.
So
You know what I'm
you
saying?
definitely gonna join the club.
And that's the kind of thing I'm talking about, bro. That's the kind of dude that will believe what the rappers are saying.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
For sure.
saying?
Mhm.
But it's still an interesting thing to think about from that point
That's
of
who
view.
that
though.
fan base is too. The dudes who just want to be grimy and think that's just what how they're gonna live by.
Yep, the dudes that got done wrong by one girl in sixth
Yeah.
grade and aren't mentally smart enough to understand that the girl that broke your heart was a child, brother.
I used to
She
say
was
it
a
too, like
child.
those Twitter days, and this was like over 10 years ago. I was like, yo, I want some future. Just pretend like I'm heartbroken. I'm not even really heartbroken. I just want to pretend like it.
Yeah, bruh. And dog, I swear it's what I just said. It's so crucial, bruh. So many dudes build this persona off of a chick that did them wrong in middle school and high school. Dog, you got done wrong by a child, my guy. He was a child. She was a child. Y'all just had a stupid
She didn't even pay
relationship.
taxes.
Facts. Y'all was falling out over things when you fell out with a chick when the most important thing in your life was playing Halo 2, and you just now you cheat on every girl. Like, bro, grow up, dog. Grow up. These like issues and stuff, and like you said, Quincy, it's kind of like chasing a tail type thing. Like, is it just like from what we seeing? You know what I'm saying? Because like where we grew up, Quincy, none of us had a dad, bro. Like, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Your circumstance was different because he just wasn't physically able to be here because his
Mhm.
life was cut short way too early. But for
Mhm.
us, it was like all our dads just left. Like they were all alive and good and well. They were just all gone. And this is
Mhm.
a whole neighborhood where nobody got a dad.
No, dead ass. Everybody. That's
Like it's
crazy.
crazy, bro.
Mhm.
I think the only person that had a dad was Edgar because they came from DR, like the whole family.
Mhm.
And
And
they were
Ricky and Damien, they had their father still.
oh yeah, Ricky and
That was
Damien
it.
did too. That was
That
it
was
though,
it.
right?
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, that's kind of crazy, bro.
Yeah, I
We
never
had a
thought
whole
about that.
we had 2 busfuls of kids.
No
2
daddies.
busfuls, dog. And
Yeah,
2 of them had dads, bro.
that's crazy.
That is wild, bro. That is out
Thanks.
of this world, dog. It's crazy, man. And like you said, Quincy, like, and what we talked about last week too, the chicken or the egg thing. It's like, bro, it's hard to thrive coming out of that, dog. It's hard to
Mhm.
thrive, and it's hard to get to the point where we've gotten, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And that's why I sent that image in the chat, bro, because it kind of coincided with the whole clip. Because it's like, that dysfunctionality, it translates over to, the whole what do you call it? Kind of wage discrepancies as far as like what people make.
Yeah,
Because
fact.
like, I'm saying, like the median household income. So I basically, for the people listening, I basically sent over this image in our little chat, basically kind of just showing like the median household income in the US. And I'm not gonna go through every, ethnicity because it's a lot, but I'll just do the top few and the bottom few. Basically, Jewish Americans were at 188,000, Indian Americans were at 152,000, Filipino Americans were at 109,000. Those are the top three. And bottom three were basically your average American is at 63,000, Native American is at 58,000, and then African American is at 51,000. And then I'm just gonna mention Hispanic and Latin American 65,000.
Bruh, I'm glad you brought that up because I'm gonna keep it 100,000 on this, bruh. you name the top people, right? And
Mm-hmm.
there's like most of them are minorities,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
right? Then you
Yep.
name the bottom people, and most of them are minorities, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dog, I'm Puerto Rican, bro. I'm full Puerto Rican, 100%. Mom and dad Puerto Rican. I was born in Puerto Rico. I came here from Puerto Rico. Dog, Puerto Ricans that I know are lazy, bruh. They're lazy, dog. I'm gonna keep it 100,000, bro. I
uh,
know mad people in my family and family friends that have come out here to try to make a way, and I know they weren't putting in the effort that they needed to be putting in to make it out here, bro.
yo,
It's hard, dog.
it,
But that's why Indians, bro, you hear stories about Indians, dog. They go to school out in India. They just look at what area. I mean, this is not everybody, but I'm just
That's
giving
why
you
they're
a
the first ones to
scenario.
call your phone.
Yep, this is a scenario that is true that I've heard from Indian families, bro. They go to school to be a very specific type of doctor. They look at where in the United States they don't have that doctor, and they just come here and move here and go to that place, and that's it, bro.
wow.
You know what I'm
And run
saying?
the whole
Like,
clinic out of that place.
and then we talk about the Asian
Practice.
community, bro. They be moving out here, all
Same
living
thing.
together, all working at one business, making something happen, saving, bro. They're not, they're not frivolous with their money, and they're making it happen, dog. I
Yeah.
know mad Mexican people that are beyond the same thing. They come together, they shack up in the smallest place that they could find. They work their ass off, and in a year, they living better than people that have been in the United States for 20 years, dog.
Hey, that's how my pop did it for us when we came from Cali. That's for
You
sure.
know what I'm saying, bro?
So,
Like,
so I'm gonna touch on that real quick, Paul. So basically, we had a hiring event yesterday at my job, huge hiring event. Majority black people came to the event, and it was really badly executed, I will say, to the point where it wasn't targeted. Like the ads and stuff weren't targeted. Anybody and everybody showed up. And so there were a lot of black people that came. And I mean, honestly, a lot of them, bro, came looking crazy. And so we had a meeting basically this morning talking about it. Like, and we were like, yo, there needed to be better targeting with the ads. We needed to be targeting people that actually have the credentials, that actually, what I'm saying, can do the jobs. Like we were sending people out because it's like, bro, they coming in there with strollers and their kids, like it's a Disney park. Like, bro, you're supposed to be coming to get a job. Like, what is happening? And so,
bro, my
but
bad. I got
go
I
ahead.
gotta cut you off. I'm gonna forget, dog.
Go
But
ahead.
it goes back to the thing we talking about, dog. No dads, nobody there to teach you
Exactly.
anything. Like the things that you're seeing around you is everybody just being mad lazy. Like it's the chicken or the egg thing,
And
bro.
so
Like,
this is the catch 22 on that, dog, because I agree. Because we had one person on the call that was really passionate and saying exactly what you were saying, like very passionate. And I was like, look, I'm not judging nobody. I trust me, am all pro black, and I want all of us to succeed. But at the same time, you got to look at it like, if this is your business, would you want that person taking care of your mom? You know what I'm saying? And then
right.
on top of that, I was in the same boat as them at one point. I didn't have nobody to teach me how to tie a tie. I learned from YouTube.
But check this out though, dog. Think about all the extremely hard shit that you had to do to get to this point. Not just regular hard shit, extremely hard shit. Working 3 jobs and going to school at the same time, dog.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
do you really fault people because they're not literally sacrificing their whole life for 5+ years to make something happen, bro?
Look,
You know what
I
I'm
get
saying?
that. I get, bro. I
Like,
get it. I do.
and I get what you're saying too,
I
because
do.
obviously we've done that, bro. We've put
Yeah.
in the work to get out of the situations we was in. None of us living in an apartment complex no more, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, we not hanging with the homies no more. We not on the block no more. We not corner boys no more, dog. We
Mhm.
are in houses in the suburbs, my guy. You feel
Yeah.
me? Like, so
Yeah.
I'm definitely feeling where you're coming from. But like, oh, you know me, dog. I always like to look at the other side with it, dog. We
Mhm.
had to go through a lot of extremely hard shit that a lot of white people didn't have to go through. That a
Facts.
lot of other, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you think about the shit, like even what Joe's talking about, bro, the shit his family had to do to get to this point where he's able to get to the point where he's at professionally, dog. Like, it was extremely hard shit, bro,
Mm.
Mhm.
that a
Mhm.
lot of people didn't have to necessarily go through, bro. So it's like, sometimes people just need a chance, dog. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
I,
Obviously, you have to show certain qualities in the ratchetness.
that's all it
Yeah.
is,
You know what I'm
bro.
saying? Like you have to still meet the criteria, of course.
Hmm.
It's not just give a chance to somebody that don't deserve it. But dog, there's a rose in the concrete, dog.
Yeah.
There's a
Hey,
rose in the
That's why I think I don't
concrete.
think I don't think you really get it till you go through the hustle. And that's the toughest. That's the give and take about this generation. And like for instance, for you, the children you're raising, which are great kids, but just because they don't experience the hardship, they got to know what comes with having that hardship and having to go through the shit you didn't have to go through. I graduated from high school and I flew, or not even flew. We drove in a van. Me and my father drove to a van to Pittsburgh and worked renovating Denny's restaurants overnight. That was my summer vacation after graduating high school because I didn't want to go to school and I didn't want to do shit with my life. My father's like, all right, so you come do what I do then. You work with your hands. But it took me about 2.5 months where it was like 3 in the morning. We drove to a random store in Pittsburgh. It's not even Pittsburgh, it's Pennsylvania. And they didn't like the wallpaper. So I'm there trying to put the wallpaper on. It's like 3:45 in the morning. I haven't talked to any of my people because I'm working from 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon. So I'm sleeping. And this is post high school graduation where I thought it's going to be the life I live, bro. And experiencing what I thought I avoided my whole life and thought I wanted to do. Um, and I broke down, bro. I remember just breaking down that night, and that's what my father told me. He's like, "You have your chance here to choose where you want to go in life. You want to do this with me, or you want to go to school and get an education, and not have to do this with me." And that's where I made the choice, and I was like, "This ain't for me."
And look at
And
where
he
you
that's
said,
at, bro.
dope. Yeah. Look at where you're
and
now.
after those 2.5 months, he brought me back home. He's like, "All right, we're out this weekend. I'm taking you back home, and you're going to school."
That's
To
what's up.
say less, man. That was the difference maker between who I am today and who I could have become. Man, who said I wouldn't become successful either way? But that definitely steered me to where I am
Yeah.
In the
today.
right direction. Yeah.
Bro. So I know I've probably told you guys like little pieces of this, but I haven't really like told you the whole story, bro. But like when I was in high school, like towards the end of high school, Quincy knows that we had got signed to like a little record label, right? It was me, my boy Richie, and my boy Josh. We was a rap group. It was a rap group of like 5 of us in the neighborhood. There was 3 of us that really stuck with it, and the third, actually, it was 2 of us that really stuck with it, and then one we just picked up from school, which was Richie. You know what I'm saying? He went to school with us. I met him at football tryouts, and we just hit it off. And he was a rapper, I was a rapper. We started making music together. He was dope, and we was making dope music together. So he just ended up in the group too. We get signed to a record label out of Maitland, which is like in the middle of or like it's in Central Florida, like in Orlando.
Hmm.
We get signed to a record label. We book a show opening for 3 6 Mafia at the House of Blues. So that's my first show, bro. I've never done a show before. We just neighborhood rappers. Then we open it up for 3 6 Mafia at the House of Blues. We get to the show, kill it, bro. It went so dope. The crowd was super into it. I mean, it was amazing, bro. It was like one of like the craziest experiences in my life. So we have the show. We have like a little meet and greet type thing with 3 6 Mafia in the backstage. We ride in this high, and then literally after that happens, we're all gonna move, like the whole everybody on the label, we all gonna move to Cali, bro, to LA. So like the dude that was our manager, he was based in, like, he came from LA to Orlando, lived in Orlando for a little bit, and he was ready to go back. And he was like, bro, let's all, he was like, yo, let's all pack up and we out. We going to LA and we gonna make this music thing happen. Coming off that, that performance, just getting signed, everything kind of looking cool for us as far as like what we doing as far as artists and our vibe, our look, everything cool, right? Something goes on with my mom, and she hits me up and she's like, hey, I'm about to move to Pennsylvania. I want you to come with me. Bro, it wasn't even a thought for me, bro. I'm like, all right, bet.
Mm-hmm.
I tell these dudes, hey, I'm about to move to Pennsylvania with my mom. She needs me, dog. And everything falls apart, bro. I moved to instead of going to LA, signed, like coming off all that and everything. I had to go to Pennsylvania and work in a warehouse, bro, in the
Mm,
middle of the winter, where it was like a warehouse with where the sheets, the
Mm.
aluminum doors that slide up, dog. So the things was open because it was like a warehouse where they're bringing mad Apple products. You know what I'm saying, to like basically ship out,
And it was
like
Matt Brick.
to box up together and ship out, bro. And it's dumb cold, bro. It's like blizzard time, literally, bro. Like we went through a blizzard
mm,
while we was there, dog. I'm from Puerto Rico, bro. Puerto
mm.
Rico, Texas, and Florida is the places I've lived, dog. And I'm supposed to be in LA, signed to a label with my label mates, and I'm in Pennsylvania in a warehouse in fucking blizzard
Yeah.
weather, bro. Waking
Fuck.
up at 3:30 in the morning to go to work at the warehouse to come home at like 7 or 8, bro, at
Mm,
night.
Yeah.
Like just going crazy cuz just cuz my mom needed my help, bro, and I
Yeah.
just, what I'm saying, I had to be
That's
there
what it
for her,
is.
bro.
That's a sacrifice. You didn't know how big of a sacrifice you made at that young of an age.
I
yeah,
didn't know,
exactly.
bro.
And
I didn't know, dog.
yeah,
It just
and now you
wasn't
look
even a
back
thought.
like, wow.
It wasn't even a second thought in my head, bro. I was just
Yeah.
like, my mom needs me, I'm gone. Like they was mad at me. I had to wait like the contract out because I was like signed for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? And like
Mhm.
after I left, bro, everything kind of just fell apart. But they still had the rights to like my music for the next like 2 or 3. Like it was like 3 more years. It might have been like 4 more years, bro.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? So I had to kind of like I didn't really want to do nothing musically because I knew that if anything happened, they were gonna get all the money. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I kind of just waited that out. And like, bro, it's just crazy, like crazy, 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 like all the twists and turns that my life has taken, and like all those, lefts when I could have made a right, rights when I could have made a
Facts, bro.
left. You know what I'm
Facts,
saying?
facts,
And just
facts.
like, but I'm where I need to be. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like,
That's a big part of how I evaluate. There's sometimes I go deep into the decisions I made in life, and albeit a lot of them, I wish I would have chose differently. But I'm like, maybe I would have not been where I'm at today. Like sometimes I wish things went better for me than they did, but then that would affect me in being here where I'm at today. And there's 100% nowhere
yo,
else I'd rather be than where I'm at today, and that's why
yo,
I
Quincy,
can't choose that shit.
yeah, I feel that. My bad for cutting you off, but it's honestly, bro, there's something that I've wanted to ask you, but I've never asked it because I kind of feel embarrassed to ask it. But I want your honest answers for this. When we were in high school, what was your like perception of me?
uh, when I met you, I felt like, I thought like you kind of like were the, you know how like see like the leader in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like you kind of came off as like the person that everybody kind of followed. You know what I mean? So
Definitely like in school, because like and like that's kind of what I want to know, like because I was like the one that was like I was in school, but like I wasn't going to school all the time. I was
mhm,
kind of hanging out with like the older kids and like into some shit that I shouldn't have been into. So it
mm.
was like I always wondered like how y'all like kind of perceive that, you know what I mean? Or just like cuz I like when I look back at it now from just growing up and just knowing like how stupid I was being.
Yeah, you was a
You know what
nut,
I
bro.
mean?
You was a nut, bro.
Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah, you
what I
definitely
was.
was a nut. Like, nah, but I thought that was just kind of like, like your personality, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's another reason why it's so funny to me sometimes of how like introverted you are now compared to how like extroverted you were then. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Yeah, facts.
complete difference.
And even and like kind of tying it into that Cali thing, like almost moving to Cali out of high school, like I think about it like that's who I was at that time. Imagine me going to LA like that.
Hmm.
Like no house training. I didn't really like, you know what I mean? Like I was just so like spaced out like mentally almost like
Mm.
it's like if I would have went that way, bro, I don't think it would have went well for me.
It probably exactly. It could have went down a whole bad road.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah,
It's
that's
That's
right.
when
crazy,
you
man.
look back, and those are what ifs that you just got to give up and not wonder
Hmm.
how it would have went,
Hmm.
because you accepted the way it went now.
Yep. Yep.
Bro, like it's crazy, dog. Cause like I literally and it's bro, it's something that I've even talked about with my wife recently. Like it's crazy for me because all my friends, like all my old friends, they're still around, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I miss them, dog. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like I'm not gonna front here like I don't want to be around them. Like I want to see my guys. You know what I'm saying? Like these are people that I grew up with, the people I known from like elementary, middle school, right out of high school, like hanging out and stuff. But it's like, dog, the stuff that they're on, I just can't be on that stuff. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like I just got it goes back to the thing that we talked about with Dr. Disrespect and just all these people that be fucking up, bro. Diddy, all that stuff, man. It's like, dog, these dudes knew what they had to avoid. You know what I'm saying? They just couldn't avoid it.
Yeah,
Right.
it's rough.
You know what I'm saying? And for me, bro, I'm not gonna lie, dog. Sometimes it'd be hard for me to like avoid it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like one of those things where it's like I said, dog, it kind of messes with your head when it's like all you knew growing up type thing. You know what I mean? And it's like, sometimes I feel like it's unfair. Like, dang, why can't I hang out with my friends? You know
Hmm.
what I mean? That's kind of how I look at it. Like, why can't I just go hang out here and there, whatever? But it's like, nah, bro. Like, when things don't line up, things don't line up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Hmm.
So,
Yeah. I mean, I think we all probably have those friends that's like that. I think, with growth comes sacrifice, and sometimes
Yeah.
that's just part of the sacrifice.
I feel you, dog, and part of it was my own decisions, but all my friends are like that. It's every single one, bro.
Mm.
Like literally the only people that are like out of it is probably you, Edgar, Izzy,
Kevin.
Kevin, and Ricky.
Hmm.
That's literally 5 people, bro, that I can think of right now specifically that I could say, all right, they're like they're in the clear. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be real though. I can't think of too many more that ain't on the bullshit.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It stops right there,
Yeah.
dog. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
upstanding citizens, it's them, bro. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that's it.
Yeah.
And it's
And I
wild.
and I also think that, if you were in the life situation that you are in now with a family, a wife, and stuff like that, you probably be looking at it a little different. You know what I'm
a
saying?
little
You
different for
got you
sure.
got things to consider.
Facts. I
One hundred
always
percent.
I always say, dog, that my daughter changed my life. Like
Hmm.
just the I knew was that I couldn't be no deadbeat. That's literally the only thing that kept me going in the beginning. Cause like like when it came to me, bro, I did not care. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
I just tossed myself to the side. But when it came to her, it was like, nah, bro. Like this ain't no way, dog. She ain't going through none of this stuff. I recorded a song before she was born, dog,
Hmm.
that I want to find, man. Like, and I literally called it before my daughter, and it was literally just me, like, writing what I wanted to be for her. You know what I mean? Like,
That's
Man, yeah.
fire.
and
Yeah, you
like,
definitely got to find that.
yeah, and I know I have it somewhere, and I gotta find it. And it literally just touches on like the stuff we talked about. Like it's crazy with music, bro. Like you can put those thoughts down, and you don't even know that's like that you're really putting those
That's
thoughts down
facts.
because like really what I was talking about there is like, bro, I've been through so much stuff that I don't want her to go through none of it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, I just want her to like the filter of me like fucking up, you know what I'm saying? I just want to pass her the game and set her up. And it's like you don't gotta go through none of it, but you're gonna learn from the things that I did wrong, the things that I seen, you know what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm. That's
And
dope.
bro, literally, like that was just like she was just my like guiding star, and that was it. Like everything literally is from her. Like she's like the pillar of like me elevating in life. Like it all is like she's that thing. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
the north star of it always.
Fire.
And
That's a good
obviously
man.
after that, it was even her before my wife. You know what I mean? Like in the beginning. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like because like I was saying, bro, like I wasn't my mind wasn't all there in them stages, you know what I mean? So it was like it was her, then it was my wife, and then when I had my son, you know what I mean? Like, but it was like a growing process because of what we're talking about, bro. Like a lot of those good things weren't there for me, so that I can kind of I had to go through stupid shit. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have nobody to say, nah, don't do that. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
and bro, it's crazy, man. Just like I wanted to reflect on a lot of just life stuff, and I'm glad y'all was able to open up, and we was really able to talk about all these different things because episode 100 of the podcast is a big episode. People been locked in with us. I really
Thanks.
feel like it's dope to give them that side and just let them know, like, really, like the specific things we've been through and like different things that have shaped us and what has gotten us to this point. And I say that to say this, bro. The stuff we saying on this podcast and we've been saying from the beginning is real life stuff. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? And we coming at it from a point of view that is 100% verified. You know what I'm saying? Like we talking to you as dudes that have put in the work and have seen the fruit of the work, and we know these things work because we make it happen. And the
Right.
fact that we all three minorities coming at it and making it happen is even more of a testament because we've worked through those issues as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, when I came here, my family didn't know how to speak English, bro. And now we in the position that we in, owning businesses, owning property, making stuff happen.
Mhm. Not different than the past.
Facts, man. Like y'all, bro, like the things y'all have done and are doing are like major things. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just, like I was saying earlier, we come from the era where it's like you just show your proof, and that's like kind of
Excuse
what
me.
gets you along or whatever. But now it's like people want to see the progress. People want to see the scars. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a different world that we coming up in. And we got that. You know what I'm saying? Like we got those real stories and we've been through that real stuff. And if that's something that we got to tap into to lead into these next 100 episodes, you know what I mean? It's
And we shall.
yeah, we shall exactly. But yeah, man. As far as me, what I got going on, we got our next softball game, dog. We started 0-3, and then we've run the table, haven't lost since,
For
to the
real,
point where our
man.
last game, we have to face the best team to make the playoffs, bro.
Winner go home.
Win or go home. So, man, I wouldn't have it any other way. That's gonna be super dope. I'm
We're gonna have
excited
the
about that.
underdog story of the century. We know what adjustments to make. We gonna come through. If y'all want to bet on us, we're like plus 150 money line. Let me know.
Yo, and then my son's league, we're about to play the only team that's beat them. If we beat them, we tie for first on Saturday. So I'm super hype about that. We had our first practice with me as coach on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wore them out. They was tired, bro, sweating, asking for
Yeah.
water breaks. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
was
Get them
locked.
right.
Yep, I'm making sure they understand
Suicides.
that they need to get in an open position when we're on offense. They need to be ready to shoot. I don't want y'all looking off to the side. I don't want you to have to set up and turn around. Like, be ready to score. The team that we about to play, they got some giants, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I need my team to be able to hit these jump shots. So we was locked in. I'm excited to see how the game goes. I'm nervous, excited, man. But I know we
That's
gonna
what's
make it
up.
happen. And then Sunday, bro, it all culminates in it's gonna be the first time that I get to hold my nephew, dog. Like,
That's what's
actually
up.
hold him. I'm so hyped, man. We
Ah,
gotta
shit. It's
spend some
time.
time
I'm
over
about to
there,
shed a thug tear. You already know.
bro. I'm
That's
about
what's
to
up.
shed a soft guy tear, bro.
That's what's up.
Bro, I'm gonna be blubbering on my guy, man.
That's
That's
what's up.
funny.
Yeah, man. Bro, when it like it's funny, man. I'm like real like stone face and real serious and stuff like to outside people, bro. But like with family stuff, bro, I'm a big softy dog. Like a big I cry when my kids go to school on the first day. You know what I'm saying? Like when they do something mad cool, I cry. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like when I watch them
I feel
do
you.
things, I cry. Like, bro, I'm like the biggest softy low key, bro.
That's
But
funny.
yeah, man. I know Quincy got a lot going on with the job and the wedding coming up, bro.
Yeah,
We're
man.
all man, we all in some dope times, man. I feel like the last few episodes we were all like coming out of like rough stages just as far as like locking in with work, locking in with business, just ups and downs of life. You already know, man, and we've just been locked in, man, and I'm hyped. I'm excited because I feel kind of validated from the point of view that I picked you guys to do the show with because I knew y'all was gonna be locked in and I just had a feeling, you know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
was like,
Yeah, we was
these guys
committed.
are on their stuff. and they're gonna be locked in, and y'all have been locked in, man. And I'm super grateful to y'all for locking in with the show and giving it the importance that it deserves. Because, like I said, man, we talking about some real stuff here, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I remember the first couple episodes y'all had. I listened to them, and I just loved the whole layout and the whole motion behind it. Coming from having a full year of having my own podcast, and this was in 2017 when it was brand new, and the format that I dated compared to the format that we're doing here, it's such a different transition. It's such an appreciated transition. It takes the pressure off having to be so much in real time to just keep up with the algorithm and the trend, and proved still how just genuine, constructive content can still get you the views and the engagement that you're looking for.
Yeah, man, we've pretty much just worked out the kinks as far as like how to present the stuff that we want to present in a way that people are locked in with it. And like you said, Joe, we've made it work with our formula and what we want to present. We haven't, even like with the reaction stuff we've done and the different stuff we've done as far as tapping into current events, we've always approached it with the mindset of the theme that we want to stay in, which is staying grounded, sticking to your pillars when it comes to, you know, things that you're gonna do as far as morally in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, a lot of the stuff that we've been talking about lately has been people failing morally. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this podcast, this show, this vibe is a good thing to keep people in that line. You know what I'm saying? To always
Yeah.
remember, kind of like from Tropic Thunder, dog, you can't go full. You know what I'm saying? You can't go full. When you go full, that's when you cross the line.
Mhm.
So, you know, that's something I always even just carry with me when I'm going through the dark times. You know what I'm saying? I know I can't
Nice.
go full because I still got a plan. I'm executing. I'm still lining up. And that's the thing that keeps me focused when, like I'm saying, bro, sometimes you want to falter and you realize like, nah, man, like I can't go full. You know what I'm saying? And
Never go full.
never go full, dog. If you know, you know. I hope you know.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
just
We're
never
holding
go
back that
full.
last word.
Facts,
What I'm
dog.
saying?
Facts, man. But yeah, man. Whatever y'all want to leave them with it, cause we ready to sign out, bruh.
Hey,
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
stay
Joe.
all the way as butter as you can never be.
Yo, we said that we
Is
were
it
gonna
time?
reveal the state
Is it
butter in
time?
Oh,
episode
we did.
100,
We
dog.
did say that. You
All
caught that.
right.
Yeah.
So one time I used to get really lit on these episodes, right? Like really lit. To the point where if you go back on some episodes, the last 10 minutes, I'm just like so I try to stay grounded. I tried it. I was here and I was like, hell yeah, I was in the mode. I was like, wrapping
He was
another
signing
show
out. He
up.
was, we threw it to
Another
Joe, like
sign.
we threw
And
it
I
to
went to go
Joe,
say
yo.
stay grounded. I was like, yeah, everybody just stay butter.
Yo, we got that.
And I thought
video,
nobody
bro.
counted that. I thought nobody caught it either until like a week later. Like, yo, you definitely said stay butter. And I was like, I don't know what I said,
And
but
we
it definitely
played back the
said.
clip, and it was literally like so clear. Like, how you trying to say stay grounded and you say stay butter?
Stay butter.
Yo, and it just became the sign off after that, bro. I'm gonna pull that clip up for the 100th anniversary.
We got
man.
to. We got
No,
to.
that's
Find
so
it.
funny, bro.
Just to let the
Stay
OG
butter.
fans in, bro. Let the OG fans in because they know, bro, the saga of the.
I've never said stay butter ever in my entire life, just to let you know that. That's never been a phrase or a sign off that I've ever used in my life,
And
but it
it's
came out.
so far from grounded, dog.
No.
It's like, how did your that was definitely a misfire in
My
your
dog brain
dog.
glitched.
Yo,
That's what you call a Freudian slip.
Yo, facts, man. But yeah, man, that's the origins, dog. And with that, you already know, Joe.
Stay butter.
Bye.